What's up, Bills Mafia? I got 5 takeaways from the Bills 34-10 win over the Titans. But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you what is up, Bills Mafia. Are you feeling good today on this beautiful Monday, Victory Monday? That's 2 in a row, 2 wins in a row, not 2 losses in a row like we were doing before we beat the Jets, but 2 wins in a row. And that makes it, 5-2 in the division. Y'all want to know something that just makes me, it just makes me smile. Puts a big smile on Tommy's face. The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots have a combined winning record of 5 wins. The Bills are at 5 wins. That just makes me smile so much. So, yeah, the Jets, if you don't know, now you know. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers last night on Sunday Night Football, and I said they would lose. I said it on the AFC East Shakedown. If you guys missed it, go back and watch it. It was on Curtis's channel, Ace Per Head. I told you guys on that show, I felt like the Jets were going to lose in Pittsburgh. I felt like Tomlin was going to outcoach their interim head coach. I felt like their defense was going to get after Aaron Rodgers. And I also felt like their defensive coordinator was going to get after their brand new or interim OC. And that's exactly what happened. And it felt so great watching the Jets just lose that game, fall apart, and really have fallen apart since they got really for the longest time. But going all in on Aaron Rodgers, catering to him, has backfired big time for the Jets. When you got Fireman Ed upset, then you know all hell's breaking loose in New Jersey. Anyways, guys, I got 5 takeaways from the Bills' 34-10 win over the Titans. Once again, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. Awful start. Ugh. Come on, McDermott. This win, the win looked easy. It was not, at least not early on. The Bills started poorly on both sides of the ball. The Titans held a 10-0 lead at one point, and the upset alert bells were ringing in Buffalo. Namely, the offense came out of the gate bad with a couple of 3-and-out drives in a row. Thankfully, that all changed. The Bills don't have such luxuries against every team, though. But kudos for 34 unanswered points. That is a lot. And that is true, man. The first half was miserable by this team, especially on offense. They ain't lying. I just felt like, once again, the offense just came out the gate super slow. It was clunky. Joe Brady was predictable at times. Amari Cooper had on the first drive, he had the big drop on third down. You know, and I'm sure Bills fans are like, ugh, right? Because, of course, what was the big the topic, you know, when it comes to Amari Cooper was the drops he had in Cleveland this year. And I'm sure a lot of you guys were like, oh. I wasn't too concerned. I wasn't happy with it, but, you know, you got to remember, man, new quarterback, you know, I'm sure Josh throws a little bit different than what he's been used to and has a little bit more spin on that ball and a little bit more, you know, that ball's coming a little bit more hotter than what he's been used to. So that could have maybe had something to deal with it, or just, you know, first play of the game for him, you know, first ball thrown his way. Who knows? Had the jitters. I don't know. But the second half was different for Amari, and we'll get to that later. But yeah, slow start again. We can't continue to do that. We've done that now a few times. We've fallen down 10-0. You know, against better teams or with better offenses, that could backfire on us big time. You don't want to go into a big hole like that against a better team. But, you know, the Bills got their act together in the second half, and that's all that mattered in this game. All right, let's get to the next one. Amari's impact, and it was won the trade, at least on Sunday. During his debut with the Bills, Cooper was one of the players starting out slow. He did have a drop on the team's opening drive. That was all erased once he scored his first touchdown with the Bills on his first ever catch as a member of the team. It was a dart throw by quarterback Josh Allen right down the middle of the Titans defense while in the red zone. Cooper might have shown the trickle-down effect that is possible too. Second-round rookie Keon Coleman ended up with 4 catches for a massive 125 yards. He should have had a touchdown as well, but it was called back. When opponents have to worry about Cooper, others might get open like the rookie did against the Titans. Cooper himself finished with 4 catches and 66 yards. Yeah, listen, man, guys, if you, the proof is right there. I hate to say it, the proof is right there. You know, going into the season, I was all up for, you know, hey, we're gonna be okay without Stephon. We don't need a true number one. I was buying into this whole everybody eats mentality that Joe Brady was putting together, and McDermott and Bean were trying to throw in our faces like it's going to be okay. You know, we got a group of guys here that they're all on board with this. And we started out 3-0, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to work. We don't need that true number one. And then things started to fall apart. The wheels started to come off, and Brandon Bean had to make a move. He had to pretty much admit that he was wrong in that assessment, and that the players he brung in, like MVS, who is no longer on the Bills, Curtis Samuel, who is underperforming and has been hurt really since training camp, has underperformed, and the guys that we have in here just aren't doing it enough. Now, Khalil Shakir is the man. I feel like if he didn't get hurt, you know, he'd have a little bit better numbers because he missed the game and he hasn't been 100% since he's gotten back the last 2 weeks. You can still see they're kind of limiting him, though. Against the Titans, he made some unbelievable moves. It looks like he is definitely getting better, which is good for Buffalo Bills, for the Buffalo Bills. So, but they just couldn't rely on that, right? And Keon Coleman, I told you guys, you got to be patient with Keon Coleman. And the reason why I think a lot of Bills Mafia were growing impatient with Keon Coleman early on is probably because the receiving room was struggling so much. If we had a better receiver, or if, you know, Dalton Kincaid was getting schemed up better and he was not dropping passes as much as he has this year, maybe Bills Mafia wouldn't be so tough on Keon Coleman. But look when we brought in Cooper, with the trade that brought in Cooper, look what happened. Look at how it already helped out Keon Coleman in one game, right? Cooper got here on Wednesday. I mean, he had 2 practices with the team, 2 to 3 practices, a very limited playbook. He knew going into that game, they had a set amount of plays for him. But the thing was, defenses have to respect Amari Cooper. Before Cooper got here, defenses weren't respecting the Buffalo Bills wide receiver group. Now they have to, which will help out guys like Coleman. It will help out Khalil Shakir more. It'll help out Dalton Kincaid more. Curtis Samuel, when he does ever get back to being the Curtis Samuel I thought he could be, which, by the way, put him on IR. Sit him for 4 games. It's time to call up Hamler. The guy is healthy. He is super fast, 4.3 guy. We need a guy like that right now on this team. We are missing that gadget type of player. There is no reason why we shouldn't be calling up Hamler at this point. As you guys saw in that game, Curtis Samuel got hurt again, did not return. And I think it was a shoulder injury. So he's dealing now with a shoulder injury and his turf toe. It's like, just put this guy on IR for 4 games. Let him heal up in time for a playoff push. It makes no sense throwing him out there week to week knowing he's banged up. And he's not contributing much anyways. So put a guy in there that can give us at least those gadget type plays. He can even be a deep threat. Like, this is a former 2nd round pick. There's no reason why Hamler can't be using this offense at some degree. So I'm just throwing that out there for you guys. And I think, maybe if they do call him up and he's a bright spot, meaning they could do some plays where, that kills defenses, right? Like speed, jet sweep, pop passes, everything we really did with McKenzie. Defenses are going to have to start respecting us even more, right? Knowing that Hamler's in the backfield, that this guy has that speed to really take it to the house. So I just feel like he could be an added weapon. And if he shows out while Curtis Samuel's out, then great, right? Then Curtis Samuel comes back. Now we have that, now we even have a better wide receiver group, right? Now we have the addition of Hamler. That's the gadget guy. Now you got Curtis Samuel back, who also could be that gadget guy, that slot. He can move anywhere on the field, running back. That's why I like about Curtis Samuel. He's a Swiss Army knife, but right now he can't be that while he's hurt. So, all right, let's get to the next one. All right, Greg's breakout continues. Gregory Rousseau, the man. The Bills' pass rush came to life against the Titans. Tennessee quarterback Mason Rudolph was sacked 3 times and hit a massive 11 times. Leading the way once again for Buffalo's defense with Gregory Rousseau. He had half a sack, splitting it with Dwayne Smoot. By himself, Rousseau had 6 quarterback hits, the most of any player in a single game in the NFL this season. You want me to repeat that? Because there's a lot of people out there still hating on Gregory Rousseau. By himself, Rousseau had 6 quarterback hits, the most of any player in a single game in the NFL this season. And don't forget, Von Miller will eventually return from his suspension. He will. He's returning week 9. Guys, look, man, I feel like, the thing with Gregory Rousseau, man, he does a lot that sometimes doesn't show up in the stat sheet like that, right? You guys just want to see sacks. And I get that too. And I do too. I understand that. I just don't know if we'll ever get to that point of, where we will ever see Gregory Rousseau being this 10+ sack player every year. Will he get to 10 sacks one year? It's very possible. Does this scheme maybe hurt him some? And maybe that's why he hasn't gotten to the court. Maybe it's McDermott's scheme that's kind of holding him back as well. I don't know. But either way, he does a lot of good things on the field. He's very good at run defense, pressuring the quarterback, which leads to mistakes. So listen, I'm all for Rousseau. You all know how I feel about him from the U. By the way, shout out to my Hurricanes, who are now, I believe, 7-0. I had a tough game this weekend. Look, man, Gregory Rousseau. The thing with Gregory Rousseau, the only kind of concern I have with him is his contract coming up. Do the Bills want to pay him a lot of money, right? Because he may want that. Now, if Gregory Rousseau is willing to come back on a team-friendly deal, as they say, I'd be all up for it, man. But Brandon Beane has that's going to be a tough decision, very tough decision to make when that time comes. But right now, Gregory Rousseau, I feel like he's having a good year. Could it be better as far as sacks go? Sure. He came out the gate with 3 first week, and he finally just got his half sack. So he's up to 3.5 through 7 games. But like I said, it's all the other stuff that he does that sometimes goes unnoticed that I think Bills Mafia sometimes doesn't see and they need to see. So Gregory Rousseau, man, really, really good player. Could he be better? Sure. But a lot of players could be better, especially on this roster. All right. Next up, hopefully not a worry. And man, I don't know what it is with our defense getting hurt all the time. The entire Bills defense played well throughout the entire second half. They came out on fire, allowing just 11 yards on the Titans' first 11 plays after the break. Along with Rousseau, the quarterback of Buffalo's defense and linebacker, Terrell Bernard shine. He was all over the place. When he was on the field, Bernard went down twice with injury in this one. He returned from a shoulder issue, but an ankle problem kept him out of the game. The Bills have stayed afloat in the past without Bernard, but he's becoming the heart and soul of this group. They love him to not miss time. Bernard finished with 8 total tackles, including 2 for loss, and he scooped up a fumble. Yeah, man, Bernard is so good. But the problem is, man, and maybe it's not a problem. Maybe it's a little bit of everything. He is an undersized linebacker. So is Matt Milano. Undersized linebackers tend to get hurt a little more, and it's also a case of bad luck. Like, I mean, listen, getting your ankle rolled on can happen to anyone. I don't care how big of a player you are, right? How big of a linebacker you are, small. It happens, right? So that doesn't necessarily fall into that department, but other injuries can with smaller players. So I don't know what it is, but he's a hell of a player, and he may miss some time. He definitely got rolled on. Go back and watch the replay. I missed it at first. I'm like, I didn't see it at first. I thought, oh, shit, it was his Achilles because I didn't see anybody step on it initially. But when they went back to the replay, yeah, he got stepped on. It definitely rolled. And let's just hope it's not severe because if you remember last year, Bernard had an ankle injury that pretty much bothered him most of the season, and then he missed a playoff game, which really hurt us, which was, just devastating against the Chiefs, not having him out there. So if he has to miss some time coming up, it's not the end of the world. We have some, our next games are winnable games. At Seattle is their next game this Sunday. Then we're home against Miami. By the way, they will have Tua back. And then we're at Indy. Indy has the worst, by the way, one of the worst teams in the NFL. More than likely, they'll have Anthony Richardson playing, who looked a little shaky in his when he came back and played against the Dolphins, though they won, which thank you. And we don't know yet what we're going to get out of Miami when Tua returns. And Seattle is up and down. Seattle's an up and down team. They did beat the Falcons over the weekend, which was a little surprising to me in Atlanta. But I am not worried about those next 3. So if he has to sit 2 or 3 games, I think Spector can fill in, and against those opponents, and fare pretty well. So I'm not super concerned. As long as he comes back in time for the Chiefs game, the 49ers game, that's when things are going to get, that's when we're going to go against some serious opposition. So, all right, next up. Super Bowl second half. Look at Josh. All right, the trade for Cooper was one that made the Bills look like a Super Bowl contender on paper. The work done on the field against the Titans makes them truly look like that. Again, starting slow against better opposition won't go down as smoothly. The way the wagons were circled against the Titans were very convincing. That can't be debated. Yes, and I will say this. And that's the end of that. That's the end of that article. The Titans coming into that game were the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. So don't get it twisted. Now, we were the best opponent they have faced, but they have faced some decent opponents. They have a hell of a defensive line. Let's not get it twisted. That is a good defensive team. Their offense, however, is bad, right? So they got a very good defense, the best right now in the NFL, and they got one of the worst offenses in the NFL. So, yeah, that's rough. That's never good, especially if you're a Titans fan to have that. Because man, if their offense was even decent, that might be a playoff team considering how well their defense has been playing. They were also missing some corners. So, but either way, the second half, I felt like our offense started to kick in, started to gel. I felt like Joe Brady started to call a better game. Started getting some slants in there for Keon Coleman. If you noticed, I don't recall a slant pass to Keon Coleman all year. I could be wrong, but that I believe that might have been one of the first slants thrown his way, and he nearly took it to the house. If he didn't get tripped up, I think he would have taken it to the house. But either way, I want to see more of that. I want to see more passes, like that, more play designs to get rid of the ball quicker for Josh Allen. There's no reason why Josh Allen, why everything should be deep, and Josh Allen should be holding the ball waiting for a receiver to break free. It shouldn't be that. You got to make his life a little easier, especially when his defenses are bearing down on him. And I think with the addition of Cooper, that's going to help a lot too. You guys saw on the first touchdown what makes him special, right? His route running is one of the best in the NFL. Like we said that about Stephon Diggs, and that's true about Stephon Diggs. And that also is a big reason why, we were struggling too. We were missing that elite route runner, right? The guy that could separate quickly at the snap of the ball, pretty much. Josh is in trouble. That Stephon Diggs is going to break free, get separation early in his route. And that's what Amari Cooper brings to the table. You saw with that touchdown, that move he makes, man, that's classic Amari Cooper. And he was wide open, and Josh just threw him a dart and touchdown city. So hanging with Mr. Cooper is going to be a thing here in Buffalo, at least for this year. I really hope that, he continues to shine, which I think he will as he continues to learn the playbook. And I really hope that him and Josh build a relationship on and off the field, because as you guys know, Brandon Beane, he listens to Josh Allen. Now, he's not going to always do what Josh Allen wants. This isn't an Aaron Rodgers thing in New Jersey, right? But he's going to take his advice, right? Or he's going to listen at least to what, his quarterback, his younger quarterback, not his 40-year-old quarterback, who's only going to be here a couple years, has to say. And if Amari and Josh can build that chemistry, like I said, on and off the field, then Allen's going to definitely want him back. And he's definitely going to tell Brandon Beane, do what you got to do to bring this guy back at least for 2 to 3 more years. And I definitely can see that happening. Now, on the flip side, Amari Cooper is going to want to be back in Buffalo. It's totally up to him. He will be a free agent. So it'll be something to monitor for sure. But listen, man, you guys also, too, on the other hand, man, Keon Coleman, for everyone out there, and a lot of Bills Mafia was worried about Keon Coleman, was thinking he's going to be a bust. I told you guys, be patient. The game's going to slow down for him in time, right? Obviously, Cooper there is going to help him as well, not only on the field, but just in the locker room and just picking his brain, because Amari Cooper is a vet in this league. He's been there, done that. Look at the dude's yards, man. Everywhere he's been a 1,000-yard receiver. So, he's going to benefit off Amari Cooper big time on and off the field, in the locker room, all that good stuff. So, but back to Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman is right now, guys, I looked it up. He is the 4th best rookie wide receiver right now in yardage. So number 1, if you all want to know, is Brian Thomas Jr. Okay, Brian Thomas Jr. coming in at 513 through 7 weeks. Brock Bowers, 477. Malik Neighbors at 427. And Keon Coleman at 326. Marvin Harrison, 279. Now, I think they're playing tonight, right? So that could change. You also got Dunze at 246. And a guy that everyone thought we just, we made this big mistake, Worthy, is at 198. Now, mind you, I understand he has the rushing element of it. But I think he only had 47 rushing yards. So, I mean, right now, Keon Coleman has three. I think he has 3 touchdowns on the year, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. No, he has 2 still. So he should have had 3, but he did bobble the ball. Okay, I know a lot of you guys thought he didn't. He did. He didn't have control of the ball and 2 feet down before he went out of bounds. He had 1. By the time he controlled the ball, he only had 1 foot down. His right foot went out of bounds. So, but either way, it was almost a great catch for Keon Coleman. But that is exactly what I expected from Keon Coleman. Plays like that. Use your bigger receiver in red zone where he could box out the defender and get and pretty much do what he wants, because he is that type of player. He has the size to do that, and the hands, the ability. He has really good hands, and that's why we drafted him. We needed that 50-50 guy, that high point guy, the guy that could box out and get those tough catches. We need to start using him more in the red zone, in my opinion. And I think they will. I really believe they will moving forward. And I also believe they're probably going to throw him more slants as well, seeing what he could do, breaking tackles like that. But I'm excited to see, what Keon Coleman could do now that Cooper's here. We already saw the first week with Cooper, his best game of the season. What do you have? A total of 125 yards on 4 catches. Awesome, man. Cooper had 4 catches for 66. Khalil Shakir, 7 for 65. Kincaid, 3 for 52. That's great. It's really, really good numbers. And by the way, Ray Davis coming in with a calf injury as well, right? Still balled out for 5 carries, 41 yards, and a touchdown. And that touchdown was super impressive. He had a couple runs there that were super impressive. That's why I like Ray Davis a lot. I'm cool with James Cook. I think he's a good running back, but you want to talk about contact balance, running in between the tackles, and vision. That's Ray Davis. Ray Davis has all that. I'm not saying James Cook doesn't have a little of that, but that's, I think Ray Davis is better in those categories. Also, I think he's a better pass protecting running back as well, and he could catch out the backfield. Clearly, we saw that against the Jets. So I'm excited to see what Ray Davis could do moving forward, if they're going to continue this 1-2 punch. Because if you watch that game, James Cook, 12 carries, 32 yards. Not as great as performance. And I get it. That's a tough defense. That defensive line is no joke. They got some defense. Those guys on that line, guys, a sweat especially. Good Lord, that guy's like a house. You run his way, you are not going anywhere. It's going to be a train wreck, right? Car accident. But I thought Ray Davis between the tackles ran pretty well. So yeah, James Cook did have the touchdown in the first half, but he slowed down in the second half. And that's why that two-headed monster thing that I've been telling you guys about is going to work here. Because when James Cook's not going, things aren't going right. It's okay. Throw Ray Davis in there. Mix it up. It's okay to mix it up now that you have 2 reliable backs in the backfield. So I want to see more of that from Joe Brady. And please stop being so predictable on first down with the runs. Running in between, right up the middle every time on first down. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop being so predictable. I'm not saying you can't run it on first down, but does it have to be right up the middle if you're going to choose to run on first down? Mix it up, man. How about a play action to start the game? Defenses know we're going to run it every time on first down. Just saying, mix it up. Stop being so predictable. I thought the second half and this game, he went, started to change it up a little bit, and you saw the results. You definitely saw the results in the second half when he started to mix up the offensive game plan. So, shout out to the Buffalo Bills, who are now 5-2. Yes, they had us stressing out a little bit there, But the trade for Cooper, I think, made us all kind of relax a little bit. Come get like take a deep breath and go, okay, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're 4-2, especially after that Jets game, right? We were 4-2. Then we acquired Cooper in the trade. And then I think we really were like, okay, I think things are going to be okay for this team. I still think it has a lot of work to do, especially on the offensive side of things. But I think it's going to come along, right? And I'll be honest with you guys, if we can get hot down the stretch, that's the perfect time. So right now, we're not playing our best ball, and we're still 5-2 with a good-sized lead in the AFC East. So you should be happy with that. I'm happy with that. And guys, I'll be doing a video in a little bit, stock up, stock down for this game. So you want to tune into that as well. Also, as you guys know, if you want to become a member, or maybe you don't know, if you want to join Mafia Sports Report, become a member. It's $5 a month, and I put out a video, 1 to 2 videos a week for members only. This week, obviously, I always do the report card for the games. That will be coming out probably tomorrow for members. And also, too, it just helps the channel grow. You're basically giving us a donation, and showing your love and support. You don't have to do it, obviously. I'm still going to put content out daily. We still go live almost daily. We will be live tonight, by the way, at 9 p.m. You don't want to miss it. We got the good, bad, and ugly from this game. Mikey always does that. We got our dog awards, and it's just a fun overall show. That is the Monday nightcap with me and Mikey. And then Wednesday is Mafia Talk with Jay, because Kenny sometimes joins in. And then Friday we'll be right back here on Friday Night Lights at 9 p.m. We listen, guys, this channel, we are trying to get better and better and better and add more content creators to this platform, more voices for you guys other than mine on this channel, so you guys can enjoy Mafia Sports Report. So once again, I appreciate the love, support from all of you guys. We wouldn't be here without you, honestly. All right, so thank you so much, Bills Mafia. You guys rule, and I'm out of here. Go Bills. Peace.